Welcome
Welcome
to Shade
to
and
Shade in the
City.
City.
I am your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are here for our Thanksgiving edition of Sip and Shade. And I know you guys may be a little bit confused because we haven't done one of these in a while. We've been so
Long time.
distracted by the TV shows, but we are getting back on track. And we would like to, bring you something a little bit different before Thanksgiving holiday. So we're just going to go over a couple hot topics, things in the news, and give you our shade
Reviews.
right, that's what we do. And we will be bringing on a special guest. So let's get into it, guys. I'm excited because we haven't done these in a long time. And let's get shady.
And it's our first special guest.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get shady, y'all. Shade Squad. Well, we would like to welcome our special guest, my beautiful cousin, Lauren.
Yes, Lauren.
Hello.
Our hot topics with us today. So yeah, y'all, let's get into it. Do you have your glass, Lauren? So we can do the
Yes, she got it. She ready.
I got my glass here.
So yes, if you guys would like to follow Lauren, you can find her IG at Tosca's Mom. I believe that's it, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Got nothing else.
Welcome. And y'all, let's get shady and let's get into it. All right. So first story that's on the table, it has really intrigued me. You can ask both my ladies.
It did. Look, literally, we see your like down at the bottom of the screen.
I don't understand why it was so intriguing.
Because I was just like, this is so as y'all know, if y'all have not heard, this young lady married this man. She apparently, after 9 months, she is calling it quits. She wants a divorce because he lied about previously being married and having 3 adult children. They married after a month of meeting in person. Now, backstory, apparently she met this man on TikTok and they talked for 2 months. And then he flew to wherever she's from. Because she's not from the US. So he flew, so it was on some 90-day fiance stuff. So he flew from the US to come be with her and propose to her after 4 days of knowing her. And yeah, now after 9 months, she wants a divorce because there's kids and an ex-wife that she doesn't know about. And I would love to get.
I'm just confused as to how this made media news.
The
men do this all the time.
It was full of love.
Men do this all the time.
People lie. I don't want to put it on men. But my question is, why is this newsworthy? Because stupid. Like, who does that? Like, and then to be surprised that he didn't tell you everything.
I feel like I know 9 months of my life, Lauren, the best 9 months of my life. I have no regrets. I just won't settle for a lie regardless. I forgive easily. And I remember asking you about this severely before we started.
It's not newsworthy.
Exactly.
She's an idiot.
She didn't do her research.
Right. Like, who, man? And then, but why are we so, like, I guess for me, it's why is, first of all, the kids is grown. It's not like he lied and has 3, like, 8 and a 9 and a 10-year-old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got 3 adult children. Yeah, was he wrong for lying? He lied by omission. Either way, a lie is a lie. I get it. He was wrong. But why are you surprised you did not know him? Mm-hmm. So maybe if you would have took the time to get to know him longer, though he may not have told you, it would have come out. Mm-hmm. Like it did.
Well, I guess she thought
you would have waited before you married him.
I think she thought, okay, if he's gonna propose to me in 4 days, this 2 months that we've talked, he would have disclosed. I'm playing devil's advocate.
As you always do.
You knew you was gonna get the faces.
You are the devil's advocate. You are the devil's advocate. Listen, it is what it is. You always want to play devil's advocate. The point is, if you loved him in 4 days, you would have still loved him even more if you waited 9 months. Why are we, and I say we, and I don't want to just label women, because it's men too, clearly, because he proposed to her in 4 days. Why are we so quick to fall in? You can fall in love. I guess it happens. People fall in love at first sight. They see this man, they see this woman, and this is who they want to be with. But why are we so quick to merge our minds and lives? I have a fiance, and I don't even as much as share a Blockbuster account with him.
No, she didn't say Blockbuster.
Like, why are we in such a rush to share? Get to know a person, because in 4 days or 2 months, and have fallen in love with their representative. People say that all the time. So if you would have waited that 9 months that you were married and just dated that 9 months, those 3 grown adult children and that ex-wife would have reared its ugly head. And now you want sympathy for your stupidity. Nope, you're an idiot.
Look how in love they
She
look.
ain't known.
4 days dating. Look how beautiful that
You
looks.
was like that 4 days with your man until you spend a weekend with him and you realize that there's some things that he does in his home that probably irk the hell out of you.
Look at
No, they look stupid. That's dumb. Me and you, let's never part. In 4 days? Come on now. Who does that?
So she's mad that she's not the first wife, or that she didn't know.
She's mad that he lied about it. In one of these posts, she announces that she's pregnant with twin girls.
That's why she mad, because she ain't the only one with his babies. But his kids is grown. It's not like he paying child support for nobody. So he'll only have to pay her child support. There's a blessing. See, something good came out of it.
But especially if he goes back to the US, what if she really is international?
Hold up, am I tripping, or is she snatching the wig off after 4 days already?
Well, apparently
she going to bed without the wig on after 4 days. She's comfortable.
Look, he married her. I mean, so all right. So we're done with her. We have come to a consensus that young woman is foolish. But y'all drop down in the comments. Let us know what y'all think. As we know, our boy Breezy, he's my boy. He may not be everybody's boy, but our boy Breezy, he has got taken off the AMA. Apparently he was playing in a very nice tribute to Michael Jackson, which we all know nobody really does it better than Chris. And apparently based off, because obviously there are certain words that I can't say, but apparently based off their both their histories,
I guess,
and bad decisions, he's being pulled as a performer, and they, I guess, are no longer honoring. Am I misunderstanding? Are they no longer honoring Michael Jackson because?
Well, the way the article made it seem is they didn't want him, because of his previous conviction, to honor Michael Jackson because of Michael Jackson's previous conviction.
He won't know. He's not convicted. He's alleged.
He's allegedly.
Well, listen, they both my boys, so allegedly.
I personally don't have a problem with either one. I know. I think that they need to let go of this whole Chris Brown's whole incident.
I feel like if Rihanna's forgiven him.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna go there because I don't want to, trigger nobody.
Okay, trigger warning.
So not trying to trigger anything or anyone. Let me just say this. I personally don't feel anything about what went on between the two of them. It happened. Oh, well, now we all know to keep our hands to ourselves, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And as far as Michael Jackson, again, he's alleged. Mm-hmm. You cannot, but at the end of the day, whether any of the things that went on with this conviction or this alleged stuff, it doesn't take away from the talent. Michael Jackson was the biggest. Michael Jackson had grown Caucasian men, not only crying, but fainting. You can't take that away from him. And Chris Brown, I mean, like him or not, his talent speaks for himself. People call that Ye a genius. He is a genius at what he does. He is an all-around star, performer, and no one can do it.
And he's
like
talented
him.
In so many different things.
Right. And nobody could do it better than him. No one can honor this man better than him. So despite their past, you can't take away from the talent. And I think that's it's disheartening to see that it's being done. I definitely think that there's
and I think, let me just say, guys, or Shade Squad, or all the people out there, viewers, whatever, even if you're not part of the Shade Squad, it doesn't mean that you condone anything necessarily.
No.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I think that we can respect talent where it's due. And especially when things are alleged. Now, obviously, one person's situation wasn't. But when things are alleged, I don't think that I would necessarily let that, I just can't listen to them anymore.
People still listening to R. Kelly.
They definitely are. He was trending.
They're making TikToks off of R. Kelly.
Right now. He got one of the biggest songs on TikTok right now.
Right.
Like, I mean, so what? And I think what he was convicted of was a whole lot worse than what Chris Brown was convicted of. I mean, but one sin is not greater than another. Right. I just think that you can't take away, regardless of what they have been convicted of or alleged things that they've done. I just don't think it shouldn't take away from their talent, and it shouldn't take away from what they bring and what they brought to the music industry.
Agreed.
And you can't take that away from them. I'm not going to watch the award show. I don't watch award shows anyway, because I think that it's crap anyway. But if I was an award show watcher, I wouldn't have watched it, because I think that's nonsense.
Agreed. And they did come back. They did come out with a statement, and they did say that, it's just things happen, performances change, and it happens, and it happens all the time.
I know I read that they offered him to still perform and just not do the tribute to Michael, but he said it's either all or nothing. So he just decided.
And I even think Sierra came out and posted her video. She was a part of the tribute.
Yeah, she was a part of it. She was a part of it. So he just decided to not do it at all, since he's not doing the tribute. So
it's
and
sad.
I would agree with him.
We got to start owning some networks, people.
Right.
Because it's just really sad.
Well, you see what happens when you try to own some networks.
Oh yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that.
That's just a sad situation, and I think that and I don't want to I don't again want to trigger anyone by this, but because I just think that this situation is just a sad situation all the way around.
Agreed. We see our man Trey. Trigger Trey. He out here
Trey. Jesus, that little boy again.
Now, as fine as he is, we keep seeing this narrative of Trey having issues with women. I think Keke Palmer came out and said something about him. There's what is it? The Las Vegas girl basketball player. She came out with a claim against him.
There's been a lot. There's been a lot.
He's a Bill Cosby. He just got hand problems.
Actually, they called him the R. Kelly
of grown women.
They basically said when he gets older, he gonna be in the same situation as R. Kelly.
He got a hand problem.
Like a SA problem.
Oh Lord Jesus, he's too fine for that. See,
right?
Listen, you ain't got to beat me, and you ain't got to take it.
Terrible.
Now, come right on over here.
They say, according to TMZ, but thank you, by the way, Neighborhood Talk, because this is what we're going off of, guys, for their report. But according to TMZ, the woman filed a report with the NYPD back in October. She claims Trey punched her in the face repeatedly while inside a bowling alley bathroom. She also claimed he allegedly dragged her by her hairs. The woman was taken to a local hospital and cops did note minor visible injuries. Apparently, she is a worker at the establishment, but it's unclear what, basically why this happened. And obviously Trey's camp is saying the allegations are BS.
He always does.
Well, I would hope that they would say that the allegations are
Right.
I would hope that his camp wouldn't say, yeah, he whooped
Well,
her.
the real Trey Songz, please.
Whoop that trick. I would hope they're not singing that song. But this is, I don't want to feel it. When it comes to situations like that, you have to be careful because you don't want to you don't want people to think that you're blaming the victim.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that this, again, another sad situation.
Well, it's sad because he could be doing other things.
Yeah, I do have a question. I'm just curious as to why we're in the bathroom with Trey Songz. Just curious about that. But regardless, I get it. Regardless, you should be able to be in a bathroom with anyone and they not whoop you and drag you by your little hairs and stuff. So it's I don't know. I guess I would, before I really want to comment, I would want to know. Like I just need
more
to
info.
hear more. Yeah, more before I because cancel culture is real. So before I say I don't want to, before I really have to give up looking at this man, I want to know though. Let me get the whole story before I stop.
Get the full.
Before I stop.
I gotta shut him down.
Yeah, before I have to just write you off. Let's get the whole story.
Let's get the facts first.
Too fine for this foolishness. And I need to know what the deal is.
Good points.
In that freestyle. It ain't the time for your freestyle.
Gotcha.
Because what I heard, I honestly didn't really hear nothing directed to Quavo. Like I just keep hearing Lil Baby. And I think people keep confusing it with Quavo, like they did last time. Okay. But either way, it ain't the time for confusion. It ain't the time for none of that after they just lost their brother and nephew. Right.
Yeah.
There ain't time for that. Sorry, sweetie.
Push it back.
Yeah, push it back. You've been quiet.
Also true.
You've been quiet.
Mm.
No need to come shake the table now. I hate hip hop. And did you fuck dude or not?
Yeah, if you want to talk.
Yeah, if you're gonna tell it, then tell it. If not, no, what'd you make that face for?
Fam, good, I guess.
Sweetie gotta shut the fuck up. Come on, let's get to it. I don't have time to play
Isn't
today.
this coming from the same person
It sounds a little
that was about to get his ass beat
by
the dude he's talking about?
About the three dudes. About the dudes that just lost their brother and their uncle, their nephew.
He was ready to whoop your ass.
Yeah,
Huh?
they was up. They had gotten up. They stood up on you. They was coming
And why
for
are you
that.
worried about who's in her coochie?
Well, he has some feminine traits that I'm not. He has a lot of feminine traits. He does a lot of talking, and I just feel like he ain't find some business.
He find some business.
He's in everybody else's business. You a man. You a grown man. Why are you in other? I don't. He does a lot. Now
You know what? And you know what the difference is? Like, okay, so you know how Noriega got his show, right? He brings people on his show to spill their own business.
Right.
Versus him spilling the tea or spilling the tea on other people's business.
Gossiping.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing. You're being a little woman and you're gossiping. You're gossiping. You're a gossip.
Well, so do you think that it was, I do think a lot of people felt like maybe just because they just, lost Takeoff, that it was a bad time for a diss track or any type of to be even perceived. Because
I can agree with that. I think that now I didn't hear this freestyle. I didn't hear it because personally, I don't know why anyone is listening to Sweetie's freestyle. Because can she? But I digress.
You cannot.
Right. So first of all, why isn't
he
anybody
really likes Sweetie, guys?
I like Sweetie. I just don't like her music.
Horrible. Yes. Please forgive. Internet gods, forgive me. I don't know if she has a Saweetie clan or whatever. Don't come for me.
They come up with
this is my
that
opinion, and I think everyone is
Sweetie
entitled to
sugar
their
babies.
opinion. I am no expert. I'm no expert. I'm no, doctor. I think she sucks. Pretty girl, but she can't rap a lick. But if this freestyle she came out with, if it's even implying that she's talking about Quavo, I just think that there's a such thing as bad timing. So I will agree with Joe Budden on that. I just think that this is not the time to insinuate or to have people believing anything, especially when right now this should be a time for them to grieve, and no one should have to, at this time, that shouldn't be the furthest thing on their mind, trying to decipher what you're saying if you're talking about Quavo or anybody from that group right now. So I can agree with that. But my real question really is like, why is anybody even listening to freestyle? Like, I would have saw it on the internet like freestyle, and I would have clicked right past that. Like,
I never saw it. I just know he's talking about it. I never heard it
because no one listens to freestyle. Like, nobody listens. Who listens to her? Because I'm no rapper either. So
getting into and thank you to On Site, Ms. Ra Ali. Apparently Young Joc and Kendra exchanged some words. It looks like they were doing an interview and she spoke her piece and he didn't agree with her. So we would love to know your thoughts. So let's hit it and see what they had to say.
Be like me.
I wouldn't want them to do some of the things that you have
Okay,
done.
and I will want my daughters to do some of the things you've done.
I
We're
know.
human. That's
You
what I'm
would
trying
want
to say.
them to do majority of the things that I've done.
Listen, what I'm saying is, when you talk about me, don't sum
Say
me up.
facts, right?
Don't sum me up on the worst side of me or what you consider the worst side of me. Because ain't
Okay.
nobody fucking perfect. So
Okay.
don't do that. That's what we're not gonna do. Because as a man, guess what? I got to stand on mine too.
Yes,
Because
you do.
guess what? Let me say
You
something.
do.
I didn't go to college. Guess
That's
what?
fine.
I want my kids to go to college. So we can say that
That's
right now.
good.
I don't want them to go that direction. I want them to go to college. I can say that with you too.
Right.
But don't say, oh, I wouldn't want my son or your sons to be like you. Hold on. No,
Not necessarily.
yeah, my kids,
Okay.
ain't none of my kids out here in dire need of love and support. So we're
Okay.
gonna do that. Okay?
Okay.
Because I don't appreciate my
Say it.
daughters to do
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna
Tell
do
me.
that. I respect you and I love you enough.
I want this magazine to know
No. I
what it
respect
is
the
about me that you
integrity.
don't want your daughters
I'm not gonna do that.
Like,
I'm not gonna do that.
Be my guest.
I'm not
gonna
do
be
that.
slighted, honey.
Because I don't care because the camera in
I'm
front of
giving
me
you the
or
green
somebody's
light,
asking me
sweetheart.
questions. I'm not gonna reveal my everything that going with me. Just like
Okay.
right now, you don't sit here in front of people and tell what your credit score is. You don't sit here and tell your social
I'm not
security number.
ashamed.
You
That's
ain't gonna
not
sit
my
here and tell
social
her what's in your bank account either.
I won't.
Okay, so some things are better left fucking unsaid and in
Okay.
the private, and that's what I'm gonna do. So when you
Okay.
addressing me,
Okay.
don't ever make it seem like I'm the worst of the worst, because I'm not.
Okay.
Because I came through and changed your life, and it wasn't about me having no money. It was about the
Right,
integrity.
that's
It was
not
about
what it was.
my integrity. It was about me standing up for you. It was about me helping you open your eyes to see things that no other man has gotten you to do. So when you talk about me and address me, please be mindful of that, because I love you for who you are,
I
good
love
and
you.
bad.
You know I
But-
love
but
you.
So
for who
don't.
you
So,
are.
but
What
I
else
would
could
never
love
say
you
to the
for?
world that I wouldn't want my daughters to be like you, because then it makes me question, why are you with me?
I'm not with you for the.
Woo! Well, I think we can clip that there.
let me tell
And,
you.
ladies, what are your thoughts on this
I
conversation?
liked his delivery.
I did. I think he put that.
I was laughing, Shade Squad. I was laughing because off camera we learned that apparently Kendra makes Lauren's ass itch. So
I don't like her. I think she does too much. I think she's disrespectful.
Mhm.
I think personally, I think that the love that Joc has for her is genuine and real. And I think the love that she has for Joc is because he's Joc. See, she don't love Jaceel. She don't love Jaceel.
not her knowing the government.
She don't love Jaceel.
That's what she calls him. She calls him Justin.
Right. She loves Joc.
Mm-hmm.
That's who she loves. She loved, and I think it's disrespectful. And I think he was Right. Not some things you can't wait till we get home. Some things you can't wait till you get home to discuss.
Mhm.
So I think that when it's just like with a child, when a child shows off, sometimes when a child shows off in school, that's where he needs to get his ass whooped.
Uh-huh.
With her, you know, my thing is, how dare you say, how dare you disrespect me? Even if that's how you feel, who
Right.
disrespects their husband like that?
And on camera.
And on camera, you're disrespectful.
And by bringing my children into it.
Right, because they don't have no kids, do they?
No, she don't want none.
Right. So how dare you? How dare you?
But you know what? Another thing that I like that he said, another thing that I like that he said is, because really at the end of the day, you married me. You know what I mean? And don't sum me up to all the bad things that I've done and then say, oh, I don't want your children to be like you. You're here. You married, you saw some greatness in me.
Well,
she's just an annoying ass chick.
I think sometimes, you know, and I hate to say it because I don't know how old she is. I know she's a lawyer. I hate to say it, but her maturity level, like, she just shows that she is just.
Is she a lawyer?
Immature.
Is somebody proving that? Or is she a paralegal?
Listen, ain't nobody disputed. She says she's an attorney. Nobody on the show has.
Oh, I'm just asking. Because she's coming off more as a paralegal than a lawyer. She's coming off a little low vibrational, if you ask me. It's my opinion. I don't like the heifer. I think she do too much. I really don't feel it. I'm not feeling her. I think she's disrespectful on all levels. On all of there's no. I just think that she's totally disrespectful. Now, do I think Joc do some things that is unnecessary and absolutely?
But you knew this, and that's the man you married.
But it brings me back to how we talk when we're not on the show. You know what you got. Like,
you know, and also I feel like
secret.
I also feel like she always say on the show.
You knew he was a raggedy ass nigga when you
knew he was a raggedy ass nigga when you got with him. And you married him. You married that raggedy ass nigga because you love that raggedy ass nigga. So now when you that means you gotta take him flaws and all because he love your raggedy ass. Because let's be clear, that's a raggedy ass chick right there. I don't like her. I do not. That girl, she makes me want to spit.
You know what? I feel like when Joc speaks about their relationship and when he talks to her, he's talking genuinely. She tries to put on a show. She tries to put on a show and make it seem like she really don't care. And, oh, I could play him and all this stuff. Remember, I told you on the show, she completely acted like she didn't know that he was having a baby, that he had a baby with somebody else. At their wedding, it went viral. That somebody posted it, it went viral. She's in front of Bambi and Erica acting like, oh my God, he's such a piece of shit. I didn't know that he had a baby. Look, I bet you, listen, when she got back home, Joc said, if you don't go back to those girls and let them know what it really was, I told you what it was. We was not together. And yes, I got this girl pregnant. Go back and let these girls know that.
I mean, and again, Joc, I'm not giving him no pass, but I have to respect the fact that the one thing that he always does is he tries
to get her name tattooed on his.
Well, that's ridiculous because this marriage is not gonna.
That was Kendra. You sure?
I thought that was Kendra. He got the name tattooed on it, or is that another girl? Because that's weird if it is.
Listen, it's disgusting. I don't give a shit whose name it is.
It sounds painful.
Because Joc has a lot of different. Joc done been up in a lot of different stuff. Clearly, so I wouldn't think that I'm special because
now with Kendra's name on it, so has she.
Right. My thing is this. Joc has probably done, I mean, who really knows what goes on in their relationship? I'm sure he's a man and I'm sure he's done some real raggedy shit. I get it. But in front of the camera, the one thing I will say, and this is how I feel like when Joc in front of the camera, Joc, even when he's wrong, he still tries to hold Kendra down.
Yeah.
And this bitch try to throw him under the bus every chance she gets. She just raggedy as hell.
I think she wants a pat on the back for picking up, as we would say, the raggedy man. Like, oh, he did have all these kids. He did do all these girls wrong, but I got him. And look how I think she lives more off that.
You got him and what? He's still fucking raggedy. Come on, that's not that shame. I mean, the only way a raggedy person is going to change, not be raggedy anymore, is if they decide that they no longer want to be that raggedy individual. but he genuinely loves her, and I just feel like she playing.
But I feel like if he's not already, he's making strides to doing that, because so far nobody has come out and said that during their relationship that he's cheated. He had this baby while they were broken up. The girl Mita on the show, that was back in 2019, and that they proved that was not during their relationship. So if he has not already, I feel like he's making strides to being a better person.
He genuinely loves her.
Mm-hmm.
But see, she gonna run him over. And that's going to be her loss, because she got a good one right there. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect man, but he's a good man to her. He actually genuinely loves you, and that is hard to find. Mm-hmm. And you about to ruin it with your phony, raggedy, she makes my ass sick. I can't with her. She's so she do too much. Like, she just does the most. I don't get her. And she's a paralegal.
The story that is Erica and Safari, and it's apparently the story that never ends, and especially now that they got kids. Now, we know that she was upset about the child support. She's only getting $4,000 a month, and she feels like, that's not enough. She said they don't even pay for babysitters and things of that nature when she needs to pop out and go make her money. But apparently she went on the Love and Hip Hop reunion, and, said her piece and said she was actually in a really dark place and couldn't even get out of bed, based off of how Safari treated her. And, I'm going to get into that because I'm sure Lauren has a lot to say.
It's obvious me and Safari will never be. I was in the hospital bed with this man's son. That man didn't care if I made it through that pregnancy. That man didn't care if I made it through that labor. I really have fought through some dark time. Like, literally, I couldn't get out of bed, guys. There was days I could not eat. But at the same time, I have to face my kids, and I got to act like everything's okay because I'm the only one that feeds them on a day-to-day basis. Like, I had to drag myself out of that dark place. With my first son, because I had to hustle so much, I sacrificed so much time away from my firstborn, and I'm still trying to make it up to this day. And this is stuff that I've confessed, and been vulnerable with to him about. That's why it's weird that he knows traumatic experience I've had of being a single mother once, and then he turns around and makes me a single mother twice. I've already come to terms that Safari will never really take accountability, and that's fine. He don't owe me nothing. All he owes now is his kids, and that's all I care about. Safari, do you want to say anything at this point?
Come on, say that.
Grow up.
Shut the up.
You can cuss me out. I'm cool.
Well, what are your thoughts on Erica obviously being vulnerable with us? And we know, I mean, she has been a lot more lately.
I think she's usually vulnerable, but she has a tough exterior. But when she is vulnerable, I think she usually does. I just, I like Erica. I've always liked Erica. I always felt like Safari was a clown. And I know she didn't, because that was her boo, that was her husband. And I really,
he was a clown when she was dating him, though. Like, I guess it goes back to our last conversation of knowing he was raggedy when you got with him.
No, she was in denial, boo. She literally went online talking about he's not a clown. She thought he was.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that I don't like her. I can agree. She doesn't bother me. I genuinely like, oh, okay. But it goes back to what we were saying about she knew he was raggedy when she got. Now she might have been in denial, but there was a reason. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've heard allegedly Nikki's a little raggedy too, but don't come for me, Barbs. I'm just saying.
I feel like the stuff with Nikki and Safari, as far as like the infidelity and stuff and their relationship, is just now coming out. What I knew about Safari, when her and Nikki was together, when him and Nikki was together,
He was up her butt.
And it was more physical. It wasn't like infidelity and stuff like that. So to say that she knew, I mean, I'm not saying that makes it any different, right? I'm not saying that makes it any better. But what I'm saying is, I think that so apparently I guess maybe he cheated or whatever, which was the demise of their relationship. I don't know if she tried to make it work after that. I know she got pregnant with the son. He really wasn't feeling it. He didn't want another baby. And you know, she's just been in this dark place, been super sad. But I just really wish that she would just boss the fuck up and get over it. Like, she's lost weight. She's like, I mean, she's still a beautiful girl, but she's
No, and I didn't want to say anything about it, but I did notice in that clip she was super.
Yeah, she lost a lot of weight. She's clearly, you know, going through it. She's clearly stressed. But I just wish that she would just boss up and let it go. Just
Lauren, what you got to say?
Go ahead, Lauren. What you got to say? What you got to say, Lauren? Lauren, like if I ain't, or Lauren, like I ain't got nothing nice to say, so I ain't gonna say nothing at all.
No, it's not that. So I definitely felt what she was saying. I did, you know. All right, so here's the thing, okay? And y'all forgive
Don't
me.
go on her like you did Kendra.
No, I'm not gonna go on her like that. Because
she
I
reminded
never
me of Kevin Hart. She said, no.
I never disliked Erica. And the crazy thing is a lot of people might find this probably weird, but I actually like Safari. I really did. Like, I thought he was funny. Because number one, I wasn't dating him. Number two, I knew I would never meet him. And number three, I took him for what he was, a raggedy motherfucker. Like, he showed you who he was. Now, whether you wanted to believe him because you was in love, you know, it is what it is. My thing is this, sweetheart, I understand you hurt and you have every right to be hurt, but you ain't going through nothing that ain't nobody else out here going through. The only difference is you living it in front of the camera. Number one, stop putting your business on Instagram and on this camera. Some things are not for everybody. Joc said it. Some things is just not for everybody. You going through it, and the reason you still, that's why you still hurt. That's why you can't get over it, because you putting it out there and then you seeing it constantly being thrown.
I gotta say something about this, Lauren. I gotta say something about this. So I can't relate it to us. I can't relate her situation to the rest of the world who's not on a platform, only because I feel like it would be a lot easier for her to get over if constantly people weren't tagging her and stuff that he's doing, or, you know, the video with his girlfriend just came out where it's a sex tape. I mean, to see that posted everywhere, and this is the girl that, he lied about, I didn't send her flowers when I was supposed to have been at the hospital with you while you was giving birth to our, our
Didn't
son.
she help fix his credit or her credit or something like that?
You said what?
Didn't he use her accountant to help fix her credit or something like that?
Girl, I don't know, but
it is so it's not on the same level, but it is just like us. I mean, how many times in just the real world, I mean, not that they're not in the real world, but how many times in just the real world where you with your girlfriends and your girlfriends might see your man or see your ex-man in a post with another chick on Instagram, and then so
why my friends still following that fuck nigga?
But so it's just on a bigger scale for her. But at what point do we start to, like, you said it yourself, you have children, stop worrying about him? Because clearly, if this nigga didn't have enough goal, and I think it's more or less because he's embarrassed and he's hurt, and that's why he didn't say anything. And I think it was probably best that he kept his mouth shut, because you didn't want to say anything that was going to make you look even more of an asshole than what you already look because of what she said. So it was probably best he not say anything. But I think Safari is hurt too, because he know I fucked up. I really do love my wife, but I'm so immature.
Right.
I don't know how to bounce back from it. So let me do the mature thing and just shut the hell up. Because see, sometimes your silence can speak volumes. So
let me leak the video of me and my girlfriend fucking.
But so is it him that leaked it though? Like, women, there's some women out here who are just some raggedy women too. There's some raggedy. Now,
I don't think he denied that he leaked it.
You get what you give. How how many times, because if I remember, and I may be wrong because I don't really follow like that, but wasn't there at some time when him and Erica were in a great place and people would say something to Nikki about Erica and she was throwing shade?
I think I can
And then
understand.
Erica and Erica was coming back and saying, like, you know, it was almost like Erica might have been doing things to throw shit in Nikki's face. So now you just getting what you give. You gotta be careful what you put out there because you just may get it back.
Mm.
It's called karma. So you did it to somebody else.
Taking shots at Nikki when they was done like forever ago.
But that still doesn't. That still don't mean
there was, I do remember what Lauren was talking about. There would be people on Twitter and in comments and stuff and be like, oh, well, he settled down with Erica. He da. Because again, everybody was like, well, him and Nikki have been together for so long. Why didn't they work out? Why she married this? We ain't gonna say it, but
and Erica was responding to Nikki's shade.
Right.
Shit. Like, so you get
subtweeting. She was subliminally falling into the bullshit, basically.
You getting what you give, but it's okay. It happens. I think they are both hurt. I think that this is not what either one. I think they genuinely still truly want to be with each other, but they're at a point of no return. Neither one, she's not able to forgive him, and he doesn't know how to even ask for forgiveness. But I think they need to. She needs to start to heal. She needs to
I think the problem is his actions. His actions don't even show that he wants forgiveness.
That's true.
Because he's immature and stupid. He's a stupid, raggedy ass man. But this is what he's always been.
That he has.
And my thing is this.
I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, we would have never been able to get together. I although we do know that Safari is packing, I would never want to be a man that sells his penis. And I mean, in a way of it, people can walk around and be like, yeah, this is a model of your man's penis. It may not be his, but that for me would have been like, oh, you probably not my type. When you into that type of foolishness, you probably not my type. And her having an older son, and it just seems like
I think people do less for the bag.
I get what you're saying, but after messing with Rich Dollars and just all the really messed up relationships she's had, I just didn't think Safari was like
it for her.
It didn't make sense.
She fell in love with his representative.
Yeah, she did.
She fell in love with his representative, and then he showed
which representative?
He was loving all over her. He
love bombed her.
It was disgusting the way they were all over each other. And she was eating that shit up. And you can't tell me that she didn't have some good girlfriends that was like, slow down.
Right.
You can't tell me that she didn't have no girlfriends that told her, you might need to slow it down some. You know that nigga raggedy as fuck.
That's a good point, because somebody said the reason why their marriage probably didn't work is because they moved so fast, because they were together before you knew it, she was pregnant, they were married.
Because we want to rush. First things first, let's everybody be clear. I'm sure you all have already heard this, but if you haven't, you see it all the time, not just with celebrities, but just people, period. Babies don't make a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Babies don't make a marriage. Stop having these niggas babies and marrying them thinking, oh, because they was raggedy before you got pregnant.
They was raggedy.
And now you get pregnant and you think that instantly when you get pregnant and you get married to them, instantly all their raggediness, and I know I'm making up words, it just slips out of their body. No, they just, now you just a pregnant girl with a married woman married to a raggedy ass man.
They just a raggedy husband.
They just raggedy husbands at this point. Like there was red flags and she chose not to see the red flags. And it's unfortunate now because you have these two children, they're the cutest buttons. You got these two babies now. At this point, just let that shit go and take his little $4,000 a month. Take your little $4,000 a month and just and
Do you
just
think that's too little for 2
grow
kids?
up. You asking somebody who is not, listen, I'm not even, listen, you can't ask me if $4,000 is enough. Like the $4,000 a month for me, we'd be good.
We'd be good.
I mean, but
For
when you,
2 kids, not just your 1, 2.
but that's what I'm saying. Like $4,000 for me, that for me would be good. Now, $4,000 a month for her because they lived a certain lifestyle. Now, my question is he really rolling in it like that? See, I don't know what his
He makes
net
more
worth
money
is
than
where
him.
he can get more than where he can give her more than $4,000 a month.
He makes more money than him.
She makes more money than him.
That's why he
Well,
doesn't.
that's why he ain't got to pay more than $4,000 a month. I mean, it's the real world. You can't, just because he's a man doesn't mean that he got to pay. He still has to be able to maintain. He still has to be able to maintain the lifestyle that he's used to leading. Just like she should be able to maintain the lifestyle she was used to leading when she was with him. But if you making more money than him, what you lucky you ain't paying alimony. Sometimes I think we just need to just shut up, take what we get, and just keep it pushing. Don't ask for nothing more, nothing less. I get my child support now. Should I probably be getting less? Absolutely, but I ain't about to be fussing, cussing. I ain't taking him back to get more money and to be reevaluating nothing. I'm gonna take my little bit of money I get, and I'm gonna mind my business and sip my water. And that's what she should do. Don't ask the man for no more money because now they're gonna dig deeper into your finances, and you mess around and get less. You better take her little $4,000 and take care of her 3 babies, and do her. Just let it go, because you're not doing nothing but stressing yourself out and stressing them babies out, listening to what the media is saying, and you let that man. He clearly is unhappy.
Mhm.
That right there is revenge enough.
So as we know, the Thanksgiving holiday is coming up very, very shortly. And we also have a Thanksgiving, well, I wouldn't say Thanksgiving birthday, but day after. So happy early birthday.
Yes, happy birthday,
to Miss
Lorraine.
And thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, we were just getting into Miss Gabby. Apparently she went on this, I think it was like Good Morning America or something like that. And they were talking about, just your normal Thanksgiving fixing sides, what you like.
Fire, because you said we're gonna eat food. So food-wise, sweet potatoes, marshmallows or no marshmallows? Marshmallows, absolutely. Marshmallows, yes. Marshmallows. No, all right, stuffing or dressing? Dressing. Wow, all right, come on, pumpkin pie. Oh, sweet potato. I don't think we do pumpkin.
As Gabby
I
said,
think in the beginning she was saying yams and they said sweet potatoes.
no, I think she was saying yams and they were saying sweet potatoes. Now, what do we think? I don't eat either or. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I love me some yams.
My card stolen.
You done lost your black.
Yeah, I done had my black card removed a long time ago.
But I probably lose mine because I don't eat turkey.
I don't really eat turkey either. But I don't know if it's because of where I'm from, who I was raised by, but I don't call it dressing. I call it stuffing.
I call it both.
See, to me, dressing, when I think of dressing,
know the difference.
When I think of dressing, I think people from like the South call it dressing, don't they?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest with you.
When I think of dressing, I think of like gravy. I think when I think of dressing, I think of like gravy or something, or some type of sauce.
I say both, dressing, stuffing. I don't care as long as it's good.
So do you do homemade gravy or do we do out the
Oh,
can?
I don't make gravy because I don't know.
I really don't even like gravy. I like the one that Mello made, but I really don't even like gravy.
I don't care as long as it's good.
Do you do the cranberry?
I don't have a preference with gravy.
Do you do cranberry sauce?
No, I don't.
I do cranberry sauce.
It looks weird to me. Anything that slides out of a can like that, that is just weird to me. It's
Wait,
not
did he
appetizing.
actually the slides out of a can like that?
It goes and slides out that can, and it makes me nervous. And I don't like that.
You know your cousin makes his own homemade cranberry sauce.
He would.
But it's not out of a can, and it's actually very delicious.
He would though. He's bougie though.
So you wouldn't try it. You're not.
I mean, I would try it just because.
You gotta eat it with your meat, Loren. You gotta eat it with your meat. Like, so we normally do Cornish hens, right? You gotta eat the cranberry sauce with your meat.
I don't like the way you're saying that, but okay. Just be specific. Like, let's not.
Why you acting strange? We all eat the meat, okay? Everybody
eat it with that meat.
So is it yams or is it sweet potatoes?
I say yams.
Is it pumpkin pie or is it
child? Nobody. We don't
eat
even
anything. The only thing pumpkin I eat is those pumpkin rolls. Oh, those are really good. Pumpkin. But I'm not. What?
I only do pumpkin spice lattes. Pumpkin spice lattes. That's about all the pumpkin I do.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in to our episode, a Thanksgiving edition of
Thank you, Lorraine.
And yes, thank you, Lorraine,
for having me. Thank you for having me. I hope I can join you again when I'm not low vibrational.
You are so funny. Please make sure that you go follow her at Tosca's Mom. And yes, guys, hopefully Lauren will decide to come back and join us again because we definitely had a good time. Please make sure, if you have not already, guys, that you hit the like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And yes, make sure you're following us on all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, IG. And happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys. Be safe and have a happy holidays. Good night.
Good night.